So it's a place I helped build a kitchen for out in Benton. The owners are Mike and Charlotte Randall, and in the beginning they seemed like awesome people, especially the husband Mike. But like they just seem like the most honest, hardworking people ever. They're both nurses. Mike runs a hospital out in California, and Miss Charlotte, she's a nurse for the VA in Mendon. Well, fucking so like my buddy Christian DeLeon, he does roofing. Put the roofing on the building that they bought. Put new roofing on, and they were talking to him about what they were trying to do, and they told him that they wanted to build a kitchen, but they don't know anything about building a kitchen and restaurants and how that works. So Christian immediately called me and was like, "Look, you need to go talk to these people. This is a good opportunity for you." And it was, or at least I thought it was in the beginning. And well, I mean, honestly, it was a good opportunity, but they fucking took advantage of me and used the shit out of me. So, um, I told them all the equipment that they needed, and they ordered it. I picked it all out for them. I had it placed where it needed to go, had it hooked up to all the gas lines. I got in touch with the fire marshal for them, found out the codes for that, got that all set up. um, the hood vent cleaning company, the health department, all that shit. I made sure everything was up to code for them. And then we got our staff, and we had a 2-week orientation before we opened. I did all the training, I did all the menus, I did all the pricing for everything. I found out how much. I became friends with the vendors, the owner of Farmer Seafood, Mr. Teague, who actually went to high school with my parents, and the heads of Benny Keith, another uh, food distributor. So I figured out all the prices, by how much everything's gonna weigh out, what it's gonna cost to serve it, including our paper product that it's gonna go in. I trained, like I said, I trained the staff that they picked out. Um, I didn't even have a say or get to look at the candidates. They just told me about people that came. And they said that they think they'd be good. We had a lot of people in the beginning that weren't good, and I ended up having to let them go. But there was this one chick, Heather. Her name was Heather. She's this fucking dyke girl who, come to find out, is also a fucking dopehead. Well, they decided to give her a chance in the kitchen, so they threw her in. Like, the orientation for the cashiers and stuff was done by Taylor, the store manager. Well, so they threw Heather back there with me to learn about the kitchen and rules, food safety, all that shit. Training them how to cook, all that menu. And she, like, right from the beginning, I could tell she was like real. She's in her 40s, like early 40s, and she felt like she shouldn't have to listen to me because I'm like barely 30. And this became a problem through the whole time. She did not want to listen. She kept wanting to change shit. Wanted to change, like, so I give to make profit off of our sandwiches. Sandwich comes with 4 ounces of French fries, which is a decent amount. Like the regular boat of like paper boats you would get at a gas station of fried food, like fries, tots, whatever. That much. She fucking would always act like that's not enough. We're not giving them enough, and was constantly giving them like fucking 12 ounces of whatever side. Always giving too much food product away. Constantly cooking food for people, like trying to cook different shit, giving to not sometimes customers, but rarely,
But the other employees trying to impress people, fucking, she would probably cook like half a case of fish, blackened fish, to give to the other workers. Be like, look at this. This needs to be on the menu. Which I did put it on the menu. I was cool with that. But she just kept fucking cooking it and being like, this is so good. You guys need to, try and sell this. Blah blah blah. So yeah, she was constantly giving away food, taking food home. Like there were times, even Miss Charlotte said there was a time that she saw Heather's trunk open when it was time to leave, and there were 10 boxes of food in her fucking trunk. I'm like, why? Well, why do you let her? Like, then we'd have problems with her. She'd come to work late, maybe an hour late every fucking day sometimes. And then she'd get there, and instead of coming, looking around, seeing what needs to be done, what needs to be prepped, what needs to be cleaned up from the first shift, she would go and hang out with the cashiers and flirt with the cashiers and talk about the girls that would come in, women that would walk in. And fucking anytime I tried to get onto her about not doing her job, she went and told Charlotte and Taylor that I was bullying her the whole time. The whole time. Then there was an instance, fucking, in the beginning, she was dating some girl. I guess she was dating her for a couple of years. And Heather just ghosted her. Well, this girl started freaking out. Because she cared about her a lot, I guess. And started fucking stalking her, blowing her phone up, blowing everybody else's phones up around her, started blowing the store phone up. They ended up calling the police at one point. And the police talked to her while they were there and told them to stop doing that. They're going to press charges. Well, I get contacted by her through Facebook one day, and I text Charlotte and I said, this is bullshit. I'm having all these troubles with Heather, being disrespectful, not working, not showing up for work, disappearing at work, fucking giving away food, running up my food costs, stealing food. And now, because of her crazy fucking girlfriend, I'm being harassed outside of work. This is bullshit. We need to get rid of her. And she's just like, oh, we'll just block her, blah, blah. I understand it's frustrating, but Heather just has some crazy stuff going on, ha ha ha. So I block her, don't hear from her for a while, and then a couple months ago, all of a sudden I get a message on Snapchat flirting with me. I don't see what the person looks like. Come to find out, it's Heather's ex-girlfriend. And she was messaging me all day, and, she was pretty cool. And so I was like, look, I'll talk to you and shit, but I don't want to hear shit about Heather. I don't like that bitch. She sucks. I don't want her in my kitchen. So she led me on for like 2 months pretending to be interested in me. And she kept assuring me, no, I don't want nothing to do with Heather, blah, blah. Well, fucking, eventually, because she kept telling me about all these things that supposedly Heather and Charlotte were talking behind my back, saying that whenever they open the new spot up, Heather's going to be in charge of it, this and that. So I was mad, so I went off on Charlotte. And, fucking, she's like, that's all lies, you're listening to a crazy person. I'm like, well, I'm being told that this chick is crazy by a crazy lying drug addict. Lying, stealing drug addict. Who can't pay her bills, got evicted for not paying her bills for months, and called the landlord crazy because she wasn't paying her bills. So yeah, what am I supposed to believe? So she got mad at me for believing this chick, and eventually I had to completely change my number. I've had this number, I had that number for fucking 16 years. I had to change it because she kept making new numbers with this app to get a hold of me, where if I blocked one number, she could just call me off another. She kept getting a hold of me on TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, and eventually, after I changed my number, also because I cussed her out on TikTok, she filed a report against me, and my account got fucking banned for over a month, so she wasn't able to get a hold of me. Well, then come to find out, way after the fact. But months before, there was a group message talking about employees are selling drugs. This is not okay. You will be reported to the police. You will be fired. Yada yada. That message to the whole group that worked there was about Heather. She was supposedly selling drugs to this girl Brandy. Well, then I just found that out the week before I left, and then she came back at me telling me that we're having another problem with Heather. I'm like, dude, this is bullshit. She's like, I understand, but we're gonna deal with it. So her husband, the owner, Charlotte's husband, Mike, got sent a picture of Heather masturbating in the women's restroom. And it's not something you can Photoshop. This is that bathroom is a pink bathroom with gold trimming and a crystal chandelier. And she told me that it is not Photoshopped. You can tell it is a real photo. She didn't Photoshop a picture of Heather masturbating at home into a picture of the bathroom, because the girl had never actually came into our store. And she assured me of that. And so I was like, okay, well, we need to get rid of this bitch. They went and had a meeting without me. Her, the husband, and Taylor, the store manager. And I'm assuming they're going to say, she's done. Nope, I come in there and they tell me, look, we're suspending her until she gets paperwork done, has legal shit done to where she cannot contact her or us. She cannot come back to work until Wednesday after it was Tuesday. So she had like a 3-day suspension. For all of her things, a 3-day suspension. We have taken people off the schedule completely because they would show up 30 minutes late for work a few days a week. If anybody else had been caught with all that shit that she had did, they would have been fired, they would have pressed charges on them. But no, because this girl became best friends with Miss Charlotte. They're always hanging out outside of work, fucking always talking to each other, always laughing and joking. She fucking gets to get away with everything. And so, eventually Tuesday, she showed back up to work. I did not get to see the paperwork. I did not get shown it. She just went straight to Charlotte's office, came out, and came into work. And I said, she gets to keep her job? And she said, yep. I said, nope. I'm not working for you anymore, dude. She's done so much to fucking hurt me in this business. And I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with it. I quit. Unless she is gone, I'm not working here. And so then, Miss Charlotte fucking tried to gaslight me and make me feel like a bad guy and try and act like I'm a piece of shit. And I'm like, I built your fucking business. I made it successful. I came up with all these ideas, made all these specials, made the menu, figured out food costs, got you a fucking 100 on your health inspection, kept you good with the fire marshal, and you do this to me over this dopehead junkie ass bitch. So yeah, now I don't have a job. Ah, am I? Oh damn.